Chat's still going. So I got too much open in the back. Can you close some of it?
I don't know. Okay. Hopefully everyone can get back in here.
So far, I'm not impressed with Restream.
Well, it crashed on us for some reason.
Yeah.
All right. Do we making it cool? Hopefully everyone can make it back over here, and hopefully CJ and Christine will make it in. I don't know what happened. I just got a notice that your stream ended unexpectedly. So hopefully we'll give it a few minutes, and hopefully everybody can pop back over here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, guys. So, but thanks for those of you who were popping back over here. So,
yeah,
Ross,
welcome to the party, pal.
Yep, and welcome in, Denisha.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
All right. So sorry, everybody. I'm not sure what actually happened there. It just all of a sudden just up and quit on me. So who knows? Who knows?
This is our first time using Restream, so hopefully it was
technically the second time. But yeah, hopefully it was just a glitch. But
cut it out.
Yeah.
I know. My day is just been crazy today.
Yeah, hopefully CJ and them. I don't know if you want to try to text them again. I sent them the link. Anyway. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what happened. So let's get back to where we were. So we were talking about the cruise on the Carnival Vista. I know, right, Liz? Gotta love technology. I was hoping it wasn't officially completely crashing on us. Hey, welcome in, Z's Gaming at Home.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in. But yeah, so it started pretty simple. We were able to actually get a really early arrive at the port time, 10 a.m. It's like the
earliest.
Yeah, that was the earliest we've ever. The CJ's coming. He said they had to hit the load as well, and it's taken a few moments for them to get connected. So I'll bring them back in. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for popping over to this one. Like I said, I don't know what happened. It just all of a sudden freaked out on me. But since we were platinum, at least for now, we're still platinum.
Yep. You bounced my table.
Sorry. We were able to get that super early setup, got into the terminal, hung out for a little bit, not too long. They got the wedding parties in. And then, boom, we were on the ship. So, I mean, it was a really quick.
Put it this way. By 11:30, we were in the pool on the back of the ship.
Sorry. We were able to get... There we go. So, yeah, by 11:30, we were already on the back of the ship. So, it was a very, very quick process. Also, we were able to go drop our luggage off. That was one of the other perks of either platinum, diamond, faster to the fun, if you get that. So we were able to go right in, drop our stuff off in the room, and then head out. On a side note, when you're in the room and the room steward is still doing a little bit of getting stuff ready, don't change into your bathing suit in the main room when your wife's in the bathroom. Because
oh my
the
God.
steward trying to be I guess helpful and all of that was like, here are your towels, sir. While I'm in the middle of trying to change into my bathing suit, luckily my shirt was long enough to cover the parts because of the way I was angled while my shorts were on the floor. But yeah, that was a welcome and hello to our room steward.
Yeah.
Here's a sample of what you're going to see for the next 8 nights.
Yeah, right.
Good friends after that.
Yeah. Welcome in, New Horizons.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Can you turn the volume up so you hear it some more?
Oh, you want to hear it some more? But it was actually really a really fast process. You guys hopefully have already watched the room tour, but if not, I actually cut that and put that out while we were on the cruise. It only took 5 hours to upload overnight one night because of the lovely upload speeds. But surprisingly, that interior spa room was actually very spacious.
Yeah, well, it's an older ship, and I think the older ships have the tendency to have the bigger interior rooms sometimes.
Yeah.
That on many.
Hashtag Ryan Bits. Yeah.
Naughty parts, yeah.
Please
That's
don't
right.
turn that into a violent.
That's right. Hey, welcome in, Tinkerbell.
Hey, Tinkerbell.
Hello.
How you doing? But yeah, I thought the room was quite spacious. It didn't feel like I had to turn sideways to scooch around the bed like you do sometimes in an interior room when you've got the.
We were on
main
deck
area.
12 too. That's one of the highest decks we've been on.
Yeah.
We were in a very weird spot. What?
You said you're on 12. Now, was that the highest for you, but were there more rooms above you guys?
Not many.
There was one more set of spa rooms right above us.
Yeah. We
So
were pretty high on the ship.
yeah, it's the
Overall,
highest we've been because on this one there were only 15 decks.
Okay. That's what I was getting at, since we hadn't been
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah, so we were on 12, which when we went out of our room and hung a left, right there was the door to get to the waterworks area. And then it took you to the part that overlooks the Lido deck. We actually only had one day that was a real problem with some jerk kids just being idiots and running and screaming up and down the hall and basically chasing each other around from our hallway to the elevator, back out to the waterworks, around back into our doorway. And it wasn't just us. There were some other people that were sticking their head out like, dudes, knock it the hell off. Go play outside because there's a little bit of dampening. But when you're running and screaming right by our doors, but it only happened once. It only happened that one time, which actually was during our live, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I don't know. I went out there and said something to them.
So,
The next time, bring some fishing line, and you just
I told him that.
doorknobs, and that'll fix that real quick.
I didn't touch the kid, but he ran into me.
that's what she was like. She was like, I'll go walk out in front of him, and he would have run into me if he continues to run up and down this hallway.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
So, anyway, we digress. Welcome in, Linda. Welcome in, Kyle.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And then welcome in again, Kevin. Good to see you here, sir.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah,
Lakeland,
right up
just
from
around
us.
the corner. Just around the corner.
But so we got fed and we got in the pool before 11:30.
Yeah, and honestly, that was the only time we got in the pool.
Yeah.
Because after that, both pools were pretty packed.
Yeah.
But we got on there, and like Mel said, by 11:30, we had already gotten salads. And then we went out onto the back deck and got into the pool for a little while. That's when Will came up, Will and Joanne. So we said hi to them and talked to them for a bit.
Yep.
And
then we actually went to the Cellaway party, which Ryan and I noted a lot of differences. And it's been about 4 years since we've been on a Carnival ship.
Yeah.
And the music has been changed. It has been scaled back. Just we'll say that.
Yeah.
In a good way or a bad way, though?
Good way.
For us,
A good way.
it's a good way. We like the music. You guys know me. I don't like the hip hop. I don't like the rap. I don't like that R&B modern modulated stuff.
Yes.
So for our personal preference, we liked it. It went back to like 70s to early 2000s. Easy listening, pop, stuff like that.
Little secret. Brian's favorite song is "Shut Up and Dance with Me."
Oh yeah.
The worst song in the world.
Please,
Hang on.
next time you see him.
Every time you see it, that's his song.
Oh, hell no.
I know, Ryan. Like I would much rather have a steel drum sound or something more, more of that nature in general than everything you just rattled off. That I'm also not a big fan of. Generally.
Yep. And that's right, Ross. Hey, JJ's Adventure, welcome in.
Hello.
Hey.
Woo, and then Tiffany's in from up north.
Hey.
Sorry, not trying to cough on everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe Ryan, I think you need a special clip for them. So South Park came back for the first time last night. Maybe you need the Blame Canada song.
Right.
All right, well,
Oh, wait, I've got a special one for you, Jan. And you get hearts.
Oh.
Yeah, because Jan's a member. So if you're a member, you get hearts. Yes. So Ross, let's talk about that. Let's definitely talk about that.
no wobble.
No wobble.
Oh God, no.
I like wobble.
I don't need the Cupid Shuffle or any of the other junk.
They had to keep it shuffle.
But yes, they did play Cupid Shuffle on Sail Away. And then I guess the easiest way to say this is I believe Carnival is trying to go back to their roots of being a family fun ship with the kids.
Yeah.
Because there was still the Cupid Shuffle. And then, yes, there's probably been stuff out there on social media blasting, Carnival's doing Baby Shark for Sail Away and making it look like that's the big song. But that was only a very, very small few moments of the Sail Away where they brought all the kids up to have them dance. So that I think that's what they're trying to do is they're trying to get away from the party crowds and become more family oriented again. So they were really trying to incorporate stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
During the Sail Away.
We noticed that.
We're gonna have to turn some lighting on here because what you don't know is that it is now thunder, lightning, and pouring, and we're
hearing it too.
I'm hearing it. Hearing it. I wonder if that might have been something that kicked in with our internet. So
yeah. So
welcome in, Chris. I think I said hello, but if not, you get another hello.
Foolish mortals.
So we definitely have seen that. They're trying to go back to their roots.
Yep, and welcome in, Travel with Josie.
Welcome to the party, pal.
But yeah, I can definitely tell you that the music has most definitely changed as far as what you see more. We were just talking about steel drums, and they actually did have a lot of that tropical island stuff going on deck more often than not now.
Yeah,
That's really good. That was one of the things I liked about Celebrity. The music was better.
Yeah.
it just started raining here too.
Hey, I see Linda who's outside of Ocala.
The only hip hop you do is when you throw out your hip and then you hop all day. Yes.
That's a good
Christine does a lot of hip hop on this ankle.
Sure do.
Yep.
We're in Newport Richie.
Yep. Welcome in, Vintage Style by Joe. Thanks for stopping by.
Another thing, bouncing off the music stuff, we saw a lot of security walking around, a presence of security, and we they sent out notifications reminding everybody of rules, the curfews. Like they had a strong force of enforcing certain rules, and I thought they did a pretty good job because everywhere we walked, there was like around the Sailaway, there was security. Like in the hallways, there was security, and there was certain places they had security where people were gathering, so they could control the crowds.
Yeah.
We had no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it was oppressive. It's not like, there were 5 or 6 or 7 all like in the face. It's just you would see presence of security walking around, body cameras to capture, in case anything happens. They would show up to places to just have 1 or 2 there on some of the big gatherings. I guess that's kind of where a lot of the ruckus was happening when, everyone's drinking too much and the sailaways and the dancing and the nightclubs. So they definitely had that presence around the ship.
Right.
And honestly, I don't think we didn't really see any issues at all going on the ship.
No, we didn't have any problems whatsoever.
Do you think that some of these positive changes are because of that silly show? Because it's so popular right now, they're coming back when you're on the cruise and like, see, it's not what this TV is portraying.
I honestly don't 100% think so, because I think some of this stuff had already been announced before that special was even released.
Mm-hmm.
But we did talk to John Held about it actually for a good 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. The cool thing is we're on the cruise ship with John Held and Christine Duffy, and we got to see John a lot more. He was pretty much walking on the front lines with passengers almost every day.
Yeah, so we got a selfie with him on day 1, and then that night we actually ran into him again at Cucina, which is their Italian place. That's where we stopped and we kind of shot the shit with him and told him that he was our CD when we were on the Triumph back in 2000. And then he brought up, "Oh, did you see that documentary?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And they couldn't have found 3 worse people to interview.
Some of it was not even filmed on the Carnival. It was on a Royal Caribbean.
It's on a Royal Caribbean ship. Like the entry where they were doing the belly flop contest and all, that was Royal Caribbean, and it was a Royal Caribbean cruise director that was on there. So that was nothing more than a ratings grab. But with that being said, I think that still is some of it, but
I think they had this
most people are
already in motion.
Yeah, they were pretty much dismissing that because everything that the poop cruise was stressing and showing, it's been 10 years. Within 3 years of that occurring, every single ship had full ship generators to avoid having complete power failure.
Right.
So I think it was just timing. And it just happened to be the worst timing because of the announcement of the change in loyalty. Then the poop cruise hit. And then the change in the music that I know some people are very upset with, thinking they're targeting certain ethnicities and stuff like that. So there's just been a lot of bad press, all that happened within a month.
Right.
So, but anyway, so I think we had a good time on day 1.
We did a salt scrub massage.
Yeah, I tried to surprise Mel because she hasn't gotten off her butt to get her Carnival app fixed because she couldn't get a login. Oh, that must have been a very loud thunderclap.
That was like thunder. I muted ourselves so that the thunder wasn't too loud because it's really ripping.
Yeah, I hear it there and I hear it outside.
Yeah.
Every time she jumps, it's a thunderclap from lightning. Yeah.
Now I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you were talking about how you were trying to surprise me.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to surprise her. And she fixed her app and logged in it and was looking over the schedule. And big and bold, 2 weeks before we went, she saw that I surprised her with a 75-minute salt scrub couples massage. And then she finally spilled the beans. On the morning we're driving there. I'm like, "How long have you known?" She was like, "I've known for 2 weeks, ever since they fixed my app."
So yeah, we but what did we do the second day? Oh,
all right, thanks, Russ.
Thanks for stopping by. And then we had 2 days at sea after that. So that was actually pretty cool because
immediate 2 days at sea. So we got on there and then it was just like relaxation.
So we spent almost 2 days in the spa and met some very interesting people.
Yeah. So woohoo! Whoop whoop! Look at that. Who's in here? Scotty J.
Hello.
But the spa was great, other than the standard steam room. It worked when we actually got there, and the manager was showing us around on what we could have. It worked. Never worked. Anytime we were in there after that, the main steam room was never working, which I don't mind because we always went to the aromatherapy steam room, which worked fine. It had all the scents piped in. We had peppermint, I think, for the first half of the cruise, and then they had a citrus smell for the second half of the cruise.
Right.
Very relaxing in there.
See, that's why I shouldn't have left the ship. I wouldn't have got COVID. I could stay in the steam room.
Right? Wow, it is getting like wicked out there.
I hear it.
Well, I'll just tell you guys, if we lose connection again, that'll be it for the stream tonight. So we did that on the sea days. We also started meeting a lot of the other vloggers. And like Mel said, we didn't really consider it at first on how many vloggers would actually be on here. But yeah, we ran into
Para DJ.
It's a cruise. No.
It's a cruise life or cruise life.
Cruising with Jen.
Cruising with Jen. Alex Robinson.
Alex Robinson, who does Facebook stuff. Derek from Island Times. Fane and Laura from
I can't.
Travel Spree.
Yeah. And then the chick I met was oh God bless America. I am so bad right now. She's a Lifewell Cruise.
Lifewell Cruise. She does a lot of fashion and like what to pack clothes wise.
I know her.
She's pretty cool. I like her.
Yep. And then we saw someone else, but we didn't get a selfie with her. Can you remember her? The one that has like half blue hair, half black hair?
She's got pink hair and dark hair. She lives abroad. She's single mom, I think, but I don't know her name. I saw her on the last day though. Yeah,
and I agree. So finally, we didn't get our selfie with Para DJ until I want to say
July 15th.
Well, I guess July 15th because Mel's got it. The Bonaire day. We were getting ready to go to dinner, and I saw him sitting down there in the main atrium, and I said, I know it's only 10 minutes to dinner, but we need to go down there and get our selfie right now. And so I was joking with him about how Mel has been drooling over them since we started and always came up with excuses not to go say hi and get a selfie because they always look busy.
They are so tall. They're like, oh my God, they're like almost 7 feet.
Over 6 feet, like 6.5 feet.
Both of them.
Both of them. So we finally, they were like, no, just to service anytime. So we took some selfies, and the last one he gave, Jay gave Mel some bunny ears.
Yeah, so they were pretty cool.
They were pretty funny.
So I wasn't expecting to meet that many people like that on the ship.
Yeah,
it never dawned on me.
So that was really cool. And again, I think we saw John every single day.
Just about. Almost
every single day. And he actually confused me with Derek from Island Time on one of the days because we every morning Mel and I would work for an hour while we were drinking our coffee on our laptops by the coffee shop. And John came up and he was talking, hi, it's good. And they introduced to Mel, hi, I'm John. And he's like, now I have an interview with you, don't you? And I was like, no, but I'd like to have one. And he's like, okay, email me and we'll get it set up. I think, and at that point, afterwards, I realized, because Derek did an interview later that day with him, that he thought I was Derek, because we don't look the same, but we have similar, if you're not very, very familiar with us, similar beards. I was wearing my glasses at the time in the morning, and he wears glasses, kind of the same style. So I think he thought that I was Derek from Island Time. But anyway, so that was fun.
We saw Christine Duffy, but only a couple times. And she walks around with security.
With security and bodyguards, like everywhere. And she doesn't spend a lot of time out in the public eye like John does. She'll do her little walk with her security detail and then disappear the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. They did, and we didn't realize this until Mel overheard it, but they did actually give a long presentation where they talked about the loyalty program and some of the upcoming new Excel class ships. We got there kind of near the middle of the loyalty program, but from what we heard, and we talked to Island Time Travel Spree and Will from Together We Travel, they were basically saying what the release was, that it's no longer going to be a lifetime loyalty, that they're sticking with the current plan as is for right now. There have been no announcements for changes to that. That the credit card's going to be tied to it.
Well, we're not talking about that today.
So anyway, but
we voiced our opinion.
Mm-hmm. But that's kind of what was going on that day. Then was Bonaire, and man, it's the first time we've been to Bonaire, and I so want to go back.
It was a pretty cool place.
Mm-hmm.
Brian and I, we rented a golf cart, and which was pretty cool.
It was.
I wish we got one that was faster.
Right.
Because we barely got there back in time to turn it in, and we spent way too much time snorkeling, I guess.
Well, also, we were there from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., which sounds like a long time. The only bad part is everything was shutting down by 6 or 6:30. So that extra time does jack unless you're on an excursion that takes you, completely away and it's a full 8-hour one. But if you're trying to do stuff on your own, technically the golf carts are usually having to be back at 5 p.m. But if your ship arrives after noon, then you can keep it until 6:30. And so by the time we got off the ship, got over there, it's already pushing 3 o'clock. And so we had from 3 to 6:30 to do the round that takes 3 hours. So if you drove it straight, it was 3 hours. So now build in time trying to stop to take pictures and snorkel and stuff like that. And basically we had to cut out 2 of the stops because we just wouldn't have time to go and do that, because we spent time snorkeling, and then we saw a pack of a flock of wild flamingos. So that took 15 minutes to walk the trail to get to the lake where they were on the interior of the island, and then get back out. But it really is a beautiful, beautiful place.
It is a pretty cool place. The salt flats were really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like we
were on the south side, and there's a north side you can go as well.
Yeah. The north side is rockier, and that's where the 1,000 steps are to get down to the 1,000 Steps beach. We ended up doing the salt flats where you could see the interior, where the water was almost pink. My first thought was Himalayan salt. That's kind of what that color reminded me of. And they actually were actively using all of their machinery, because that was the good place to snorkel, is right there by the salt pier that has all the machinery that's bringing up the high concentration of salt water and then bringing it over the road and then dropping it. And you could just see the piles of salt that looked like mountains.
That was pretty cool.
I mean, it really was cool. Wild donkeys everywhere.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm driving the golf cart, and Ryan says, "Oh, blank, there's a donkey."
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean there's a donkey?
I'm like, right there. But it really was cool. It really was. So I definitely want to try to go back. I want to look for an itinerary where we're there like at 8 in the morning or whatnot. So you get a much longer time with the golf cart, so you can spend a little more time at the different locations without fear of running out of time.
So that was definitely pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we had a port the next day, which was Aruba.
Yeah.
And so we had no plan whatsoever. We just got off
the ship.
We started walking, and Ryan saw a sign, and he's like, "Okay, how much was it?"
$30. It's $30 a person. $30 one of those.
A person.
See Aruba. And I was like,
it was a very colorful bus. So we got on this bus with a bunch of 20 of our closest friends.
Yeah. But it was one of those island highlights. So we went to Castleberry Rock, and we got to climb up to the Castleberry Rock. And I almost lost my Rode microphone because I was trying to hook it, and my fingers got fumbly, and it fell. It hit the rock, and it started rolling towards the edge to fall off of the 150 foot drop. But Mel got to it before it went over the edge. Then we ended up going to a church. It was really cool.
It was one of the-
Christine, you would have loved it. The church itself was very small, but the tradition is in Bonaire, there are 7 districts and 7 Catholic churches, 7 Catholic cemeteries, and 7 Catholic schools. And once a year for Lent, they all trek from their different parishes up to this one central church that has all of these crosses along the way that they say prayers to. Then they have a big ceremony at the church, and there is a contemplation Zen garden that you start on one end, and you just think prayers and good thoughts as you follow this maze. And then when you get to the very center, you turn around and you can see the church with the cross. And at this time, there were clouds going by it, and you say your prayer at the end. And I mean, I did the whole thing and almost missed the bus. That time I almost did miss the bus, but I wanted to do that whole walk. And it was actually very peaceful, very peaceful. I think it was. Surprisingly as well, there were a lot of cactus, like a lot of cactus. It almost felt like Arizona in some places of Aruba as we started getting up the mountain. It was, beautiful sandy beaches. Holy crap, I feel like I'm in the Arizona desert.
That's exactly what it felt like.
But it was really, really cool. Then after that, we ended up going to the Lighthouse.
Yep.
And I got some homemade, freshly made coconut smoothies. That was really good.
That was really
They had the fresh coconut that they were doing and then pureeing it together. It almost tasted like a pina colada without the booze.
Right. And then we were supposed to go to the beach, but I think Ryan and I opted not to go to the beach.
Yes, and that was because, if you watch my other live, you heard me complain about it. And you guys know, because we went on an excursion where the people sat down and you were supposed to be back in 10 minutes. And 40 minutes later, they showed up because they decided to have a full meal.
Yeah.
There was this group of 7 people that every single stop, they came back 20 to 40 minutes late. Every single stop.
That's so inconsiderate.
And so you were supposed to have almost 3 hours at Eagle Beach, and by the time we get there, it's like an hour and a half. They got off, and I looked at Mel. I'm like, no, we're going to stay on this bus because he said if you don't want to go to the beach, he'll take us back and we can go shopping. I was like, I don't trust that if he actually does wait for him, because the driver was trying to be a good host and hurry them up, but also not leave them behind. I was like, I don't trust if he's going to be nice at the end of the day for them. I'm not going to be a pier runner because this isn't a cruise sanctioned excursion. So we're going to go back early and we're just going to walk around the port versus possibly being late because these people are so inconsiderate.
Right. That was probably the smartest choice. It really was.
So
well, you'd be a cruise runner, pier runner. That would have been funny.
That would be entertaining.
Yeah, no thanks.
We actually picked.
But hey, welcome in, Jeremy.
Do you want a banana? Feel it down and go.
And I am so sorry, Scott. I saw you and then I got sidetracked. The legend.
And we picked the one bus driver who did donuts, Aruba style.
He did Aruba style donuts. He was like,
school bus.
He's like, you guys want to do donuts? We're like, yeah, we'll do donuts. He's like, all right, everyone pick a number 1 through 3. The 3's won. So when we got to the last roundabout, he literally gunned the engine and pulled that thing and did 3 donuts with us like holding on in the middle before we got to the actual beach. It was freaking hilarious, but he was hilarious.
His nickname was Hot Rod.
Yeah, Hot Rod was his nickname. But anyway, so Aruba was fun. We got to walk downtown. We got to see the...
we walked a lot in Aruba.
Yeah, the Renaissance Hotel, which is the hotel that has a private island. And to get there, there's actually a waterway. So a boat will actually go underneath the street and the bridge and into the hotel lobby area. And then you get on the boat there, and then they take you out to their private island, which was really cool to see. We also walked by
the casino.
Linda's? I don't know. It was some bar that they're known for their tacos, and they were known for their scorpion shots. So they do a tequila with a fermented scorpion in tequila. You're supposed to shoot it and eat the scorpion. No, thank you. I'll take the tequila, not the scorpion.
I'll eat the worm. I'll do the worm, but not a scorpion.
Lucy's. That's what it was called, Lucy's. Then we did walk into the casino. That was mainly slots in the casino there. We took a look at the mall. You know, it was typical shopping there.
It was a nice mall.
But it was nice.
And then we had a local beer.
Yeah, we did have one of their local beers. It tasted, it had a little bit of everything. It tasted a little bit like a Heineken, a little bit like a Bud Light or a Miller Light.
It was much lighter.
It was light and crisp. But it was pretty good.
We saw Tom Cruise's house.
Yeah. Oh, we also saw, docked in Aruba, Free Winds cruise ship. Does anybody know what the Free Winds cruise ship is? Any thoughts? Any guesses? If I say Tom Cruise and Free Winds, a fake religion?
Oh my God, the Scientology ship? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
They have a permanent slot there.
Nice.
Yep.
Really?
They have a permanent slot there. I joke that that's where they take people for the electrotherapy when they're not donating enough money to reach the next level.
Gotcha.
So, but yes, there is absolutely the Scientology Free Winds is there, and it goes between there. Yep. Yep. Jeremy got it. But I think it goes between there. They also had a place in, I want to say Bonaire as well, or one of the other islands. St. Lucia?
I forgot what he said.
I can't remember. There's another island. There's two islands that they do have permanent. Oh, he saw it in Aruba too. Yeah. Oh, I want to say Roatan. I want to say we saw a slot in Roatan when we went to Tabanapi Beach. But I can't remember. I'll keep an eye out because we're gonna be in Roatan again later this year. So Sherman saw it too there.
I have a question.
Okay.
Pick me, teacher, pick me.
You in the front.
So what was one thing about this cruise, not your ports, but the ship or the island, that stood out, that was different from any other cruise that you've been on?
Oh, the pub.
Well, for Ryan, it's the brewery pub.
For me, it was the brewery. On the Vista, they have They have the Red Frog pub, and it's one of the 6 ships that actually has a brewmaster, and they actually brew their beer on board. And it was the first time we wanted to try something different. So we paid the $30 or whatever it was to go on the tour each. And it was really, really cool to see that process, to taste the beers. They use seawater as well, but they do filter out, and they use the clean water, but they use the seawater. And some of the stuff that you don't think of, which is when they're actually brewing it, if the seas are super, super rough during their fermentation, that can actually cause issues with the mash, with it, sloshing around so much. And so he's got to be careful, and he's got to keep an eye on it. And there's some things behind the scenes he can play with to help counterbalance that pressurization when it's in the fermentation. And then when it's in the storage part where it ages, at that point, it's already underneath CO2. But it's pretty cool to see that process in motion. And of course, they did the beer more than likely day one. And we weren't there day one. And then he was going to brew a new batch on Sunday when we got off. So I was like, damn, I couldn't. They actually have.
They brew about once a week.
Yeah, once a week, he said. And the first stage is actually in see-through clear areas where you can actually see it getting churned and the mash being added and stuff like that. And then it would go to the other ones that then it sits there and it fermentates. Then it moves from there to the storage. And then their big storage tanks, he can do kegs to bring to other bars around the ship but then there are big hoses that lead to the Red Frog Rum right to the taps there. So it'll go through the bows of the ship to the taps in the Red Frog. So that was the first time I've actually seen, a working brewery on a ship. And I thought that was really, really cool.
I don't think I had one thing. It was just a lot of little different things that we had tried last week. We did wine pairing with our meal.
Yep.
Which we never do. Well, unless we do chef's table. And, what else did we do that was not normal for us?
Well, I mean, we spent a lot more time.
I went to the gym a couple more times. Went to the spa. Went to the IMAX.
Yeah, we did watch the IMAX. That was interesting. We saw the
Family Feud.
Family Feud. We did watch Family Feud. The IMAX is interesting. They have a few movies specific for the ship, and then they do first run movies. So they had like the
F1 movie.
Yeah, national parks. They had an F1 movie. They had what was the other one? There were two first run movies. F1 was one. Oh, Superman. The new Superman was the second first run movie they had. Then they had the national parks, and then they had something else about planet Earth or something like that.
Yes, we did a lot of extra little things we normally don't do. We didn't really go to any trivia.
Yeah, we didn't really go to any trivia. We really didn't go to any shows other than Flick, but we've seen Flick before, which it was it's an interesting show.
We talked to the cruise director, and we really liked him, Mark Q. He was a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, we did go to the cruise director talk. That was kind of cool, where he would just randomly answer questions from people.
He's super funny.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like better than Royal Caribbean. I like the cruise directors on Carnival better. There's one thing I do like versus.
Yes. I have to say, we liked it so much, Jeremy, for dinner, and we haven't done dinner in Gigi's before. We've only done the free Mongolian walk for lunch. We liked it so much, we went back again. Yeah. It's basically Chinese food, CJ. Basically Chinese food.
That's my jam.
Yeah. So we ended up having both nights. We had the chicken and cilantro root soup. Freaking amazing.
Best
soup ever that we've tasted. We had the steamed dumplings. We had the spring rolls. The Kung Pao chicken. Holy crap. It was spicy, but not too spicy, and just very savory sauce. We also had the
chicken.
We had
like the sweet.
We had two different shrimps. We had a sweet and sour shrimp one night, which was really good, and then we had Szechuan shrimp the other night, which was spicy but still very tasty. They had this rose creme brulee that I had every night that I went there too. Very, very light and fluffy vanilla with very crunchy topping, and then ginger ice cream with it.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good.
Man, it was amazing. And she got a caramel crepe. So it was vanilla within and caramel within a crepe with the ginger ice cream.
It was super good.
And then we had the shrimp and chicken stir-fry rice one night. We had the Hakka noodles as well. I mean, I think you guys would love it. If
Gigi's came my favorite.
Yeah, if we ever get you on a carnival, you definitely have to eat it.
Guess what else they have, CJ?
Shaq's chicken.
Well, not on this one.
Strawberry ice cream.
Every single day they had frozen strawberry yogurt, but still.
And ice cream.
Yogurt's not ice cream. That's like telling your kid froyo is ice cream.
Ice cream.
Shot, beaten, and tortured for that.
Yeah. But so we did that. Yep. We also did movie dive-in movie. We did that as well. And we watched Minecraft with
on the
Jack Black.
And you can actually get blankets and stuff. And they'll give you blankets.
Yeah. Except they want $4 for a small popcorn.
Yeah.
It used to be free.
But then it was $2.
Yeah. So, and then what were you saying? I was talking over you.
Did you guys go to the Steakhouse too?
We did. And that's the one where I ended up getting the surf and turf. So it was probably like a 4-ounce fillet, and then
Ryan needs to
half a
tell you
lobster. The
steakhouse, your steak.
Oh, I actually think don't get mad at me when I say this, but I actually think the steak at 555, at least that one, was better than steaks at Chops as far as the way it was cooked and the season.
We've eaten in a lot of different shops, and we've already commented that there is, a noticeable difference depending on the actual chef's what he's doing. So, we've had ones that are very good, but then we've had things that are phenomenal just across the ship. So I don't knock Carnival on that at all. That definitely is, the quality of the chef making the meal.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks, Liz.
Okay.
Bye.
Because on our cruise, we did decide to go to the steakhouse.
Yeah, I sprung to the steakhouse on Princess.
The steaks come from the 4 6s.
The 4 6s ranch that you see on Yellowstone.
Yep.
That's where they source their meat for their steak.
Nice.
Got it.
High end.
Yeah.
So we'll see how
I'm looking forward to trying
that goes.
Yeah.
The only specialty dining that we splurged for on that ship.
Yes, but I don't know if you guys heard, and if Princess fans, they are changing the Princess Plus and Princess Premier real soon, like in the next week.
Yeah, we heard that there's going to be some
the prices are going up.
Yep.
So
I have to see that. Hey, Marcia, how's it going? I think it's Marcia, maybe Kurt, but usually it's Marcia.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So if anybody has Princess, you'll have to pay the difference to get the new perks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to see what it is, but that's what we've heard as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be that'll be a news story. That'll be a Tuesday news.
Yeah. But one of the things, like Mel was saying, that we did this time that we haven't done before is for that steakhouse meal for an extra $24 plus, gratuities, or I think it ended up being 28 something and some change. But you could do pairing. So what you had was with your appetizer, based on whatever you bought, they paired a wine to go complement to the appetizer. And then based on whatever you got for your main meal, they did a wine that complemented that. Then based on what you got for dessert, you got a dessert wine.
It's not a full glass; it's just a half a glass.
Yeah, it was a half a glass, but
it was perfect though.
But it was good.
It's like a
There we go. Members come in green.
They sure do.
But yeah, we did both specialty and regular on the ship.
Oh, okay, got it. So it's Kurt.
Okay.
Hey.
And the food in the main dining room was okay. It's been a long time since we've eaten in the main dining room.
Yeah.
And then there were some nights we didn't care for the menu, so that's why we ended up at Gigi's.
That's why we ended up at Gigi's again.
Yeah. So we kind of got a little spoiled, but it was not horrible in the main dining room. It came out decently. The service was fast.
Yeah, and we did regular seating, so we didn't do the your time dining. We did set time dining.
I don't think I like the set timing.
No, as much as I like the fact that you don't feel rushed at set time dining, you don't feel rushed at all. I felt constricted that, okay, I can't go here. I need to set a specialty restaurant for this night because we're going to be ashore longer than our set dining time. So I felt, the need to do that. Otherwise, it was one of those, I'm going to miss dinner because, Bonaire, we weren't back until 9 something.
Right.
Aruba, we weren't back until 6. And so, I ended up doing dinner at Steakhouse on that night, and we did dinner in one of the other, like Gigi's or something like that.
We did the Italian place too.
Yeah, so I had to do that to offset the later times when we were in port.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's one of those.
That particular problem.
Yeah.
Especially since some of our
most of our ports
are going to be afternoon and tonight. Oh, Mel, I'm getting sick just being here.
I'm sorry.
You're contagious.
I'm hoping to be better soon. I just got my drugs a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Like Christine said, a lot of our stuff is later morning or even afternoon arrivals into the evening, and especially since it's for the Northern Lights, obviously, those ports up there are all going to be night or evening. So, yeah, we'll be having to figure out alternate dinner options ourselves.
Yeah. But like Mel said, the food was okay in the main dining room for the most part.
We never made it to brunch, and we kept forgetting.
We never made it to brunch. There were some nights, though, because of the constricted menu that we looked at it and we're like, just nothing looks good to us on here.
Right.
The buffet, we had breakfast there a couple of times. I noticed that they didn't have bacon every single day. It was like every other day they did bacon versus every day.
It's funny enough.
The buffet was okay.
I ended up eating cereal a couple times just because I was not hungry.
Yeah. And I agree, Sherman, that I think although it does sometimes feel a little rushed on your time, that flexibility of being able to go
whenever you want,
when it suits you, I think outweighs the pseudo rushed feeling.
Yeah, so that was our experiment, and we realized we don't like to be constricted like that.
Yeah, I'd rather go back to anytime dining. Now, one of the other things that I think would have been cool, but again, we didn't have anytime dining. The Vista was testing a speed through quick your time dining. So instead of the normal hour to hour and a half, they had one area that you could request when you're sitting that would be 45 minutes from start to finish. But it had an even more reduced menu for those options as an offshoot of that. So that way, I'm sure it was stuff that could be cooked faster, or with the limited menu, hey, it's going to be one of these 3 items, and that's it. And they could easily have that stuff to turn and burn the tables. So,
it's an interesting concept, though.
Yeah. Yes, Kurt.
Thank you.
Except she's peeling on her back from the sunburn.
I'm so sunburned.
Nobody wants to touch that.
Yeah, we had 2 more sea days after Aruba, which we ended up just relaxing again.
Yeah, pretty much.
We didn't do a whole lot.
Nothing major. Hung out in the spa a lot, reading books, just listening to music, around the ship. I did shoot. I did some editing on those days, and then I did shoot the food stuff that I had talked about in the live to take you around all food venues on the Vista. But for the most part, it was just a relaxing one. And I know the one that everybody's waiting for. They're going to have to wait 7 days. 7 days.
Celebration Key.
Because
we have a lot to talk about.
We definitely do have a lot to talk about when it comes to Celebration Key, which we want to dedicate all of next week to that.
And if you haven't seen our video, we've actually dropped it Monday this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I edited. Mel drove home, so as soon as I got in the car, I started editing it Sunday, and I edited all the way until 10 p.m. Sunday night to get it all put together and uploaded. So if you haven't seen it yet, take a look at it and then come with your questions. We'll answer as much as we know based on physically being there. Seth, again, will be back next week, so he got a lot of stuff on the BDM side of the house for his tours and things like that. We'll try to answer all your questions and really break down what we saw and what we liked and what potentially could use some improvements.
Interesting.
But I think with all this storming, we're definitely over our hour. I think we're going to go ahead and call tonight done so Mel can try to get some rest.
I got up for you guys.
Yeah, she got up because she's been laying down all day. She put enough effort to come up here, and she's trying to recover so we can still make it out to Disney on Sunday.
Right.
I get up for you guys all the time.
So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you again so much. Yes, make sure you tune in next week because we're doing a giveaway. We're going to give away a prize pack that has a lot of Celebration Key stuff. So with that being said, thank you. And we will see you next time on...
See you next
Okay.
time.
Bye, everybody.